So, welcome to our weekend vlog. I am smiling, trying to. Here's the update on my mom. So, last night she bolted again, and a lot of you have been saying she should have a GPS. She has one. The first night she went, when she was lost for 3.5 hours, they had forgotten to charge the GPS. So it was on her arm, but the battery was dead, so there was no way of accessing it, which was like pull your hair out, you know? But anyway, so then she stayed in the next night, and then last night she bolted again. We looked up on the GPS. She was down by the mall heading back up to where she was heading before on that service station. So we told them, and then one of the workers from her residence went and picked her up. And then Richard and I went to her place, met her there. Richard was in his pajamas, poor guy. So I went in, I tried to convince her that she needs to stay where she is. This is her home and blah, blah, blah. And she goes, I'm not staying here by myself. And I go, but this is your home. This is where you always stay. Well, I'm not staying here by myself. So I got her shoes off, got her ready for bed. And when I turn around, she had her shoes on and her coat on and her purse ready to go. She carried around a purse that weighs at least 20 pounds. I can barely carry it, but she carries this purse. It's full of, I don't even know, you know, but you can't take anything out because it's her personal things. And thank God she had a purse the other day when they found my sister's phone number, so that's a blessing. So after about an hour of me trying to convince her that she needs to stay there, I was so tired, and I just thought, you know what, I'm bringing her to my house. So we brought her here last night, put the gate up that blocks the dogs at the top of the stairs. We hung bells over her door, so if she decided to run, we would hear her. And all night long, I didn't sleep. In the meanwhile, Percy is very, very sick. I'm just about to call the vet. He did get better. He was bleeding from some unknown source. We can't find the source, but it stopped, and he was better yesterday. He was perky. He was fine. He seemed like it was a one-off thing. And then in the middle of the night last night, he was up, and then he has no control over his bladder, which is not Percy, but he wanted to go outside, so he's outside sitting in the shade. I'm calling the vet because I want to get him in today. And so it's about 10:30 in the morning right now. And my mom was up all night, and, you know. So her worker came and picked her up from here, and I told her to come here because this is the worker she doesn't seem to like that much, and I don't know why. She's a lovely lady, and she's always like pushing her and hitting her. And so I thought if she came here and had coffee with her here with me, that would be much better. So she did, and she actually brought her husband and her little 1-year-old. So that really, my mom just was like in love with them, you know, because of this baby and the husband. So they took her back, so I haven't heard anything. But then I heard from my sister that there's availability for her in a lockdown unit on Monday. So hopefully we can get her in there. Cross your fingers, because I am one tired chicken, I'll tell you that. Anyway, and there's so much more, but I can't tell you right now. There's other things going on that are so stressful, you guys. Ugh. But thank you for letting me talk to you through the camera. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sending your prayers. You have no idea how much it means. You just don't even know. It's like always being surrounded by prayer. And I know I have tapped the limit on requesting your prayers. Lord knows. But, you know, it's just tough. Any of you out there know what it's like if you have a parent or a loved one that has it. Okay, I'm not going to apologize for how horrible I look, because my look doesn't even cover how I'm feeling. Okay, so you guys know the saga of my mom and all of that. And then Percy has been sick, our dog. And he seemed better yesterday. We were going to take him to the vet on Wednesday. That was the day my mom was found at the Esso station. And he seemed better yesterday. And then last night, he was sick again. We couldn't figure out because he was like bleeding from his mouth and his bum. Like, it was really weird. So I phoned the vet. I thought, that's it, I'm calling the vet. So we took him to the vet this afternoon, and they did some tests on him, and they said that he had, he wasn't producing any platelets, and he was bleeding internally, and he wasn't clotting, so that's why the blood was coming out of his mouth and his butt, and it's nothing you can do about it, and yeah, like, there's nothing they could do. There's absolutely nothing. He just would be bleeding to death. He was so anemic, and they said it can come on very, very suddenly, which it did. So we had to say goodbye to our Percy today at 5:30, a couple hours ago, and I just can't believe it. It's just like, I don't know what's going on, but you know, but I'm so sad because Percy was he was my buddy. And he was such a good dog. He was so good to the grandkids. He was just such a wonderful pet. If you could ask for a loving pet, that was Percy. And he's just, I can't believe this is all happening to me. Like, I'm almost in a place of being numb because it's just too much, you know. But anyway, that's the saga as it continues. So we're just here. Richard's going in to buy supper, and I don't want to eat. I don't even care. I don't. And as we were coming here to pick up supper, I look on the GPS. My mom has left the building again. So she was wandering the streets. So we make a U-turn, go grab her, put her back in her... I can't keep doing this. This is insane. It's insane. So we're waiting on placement for security placement. I don't know what to do anymore. I really don't know. So, and then this big storm came up, which is a blessing because I know she's not going to leave her place in this storm. So I am just a mess right now. So yeah, that's the latest. So it's about 3:14 p.m. on Saturday. Hi. And I haven't had any breakfast yet because I was woken up by a call from my friend Laura, and she asked me if I wanted to go to the Yarn and Fiber Festival in Edmonton. Edmonton was having, I think, their first Edmonton Yarn and Fiber Frolic, they called it, and it was beautiful stuff. So Janet and Laura and I went. I just put some chia seeds in my yogurt. And I'm still feeling so sad, of course, about my buddy Percy. Just sort of numb and sad, and numb because of all the stuff that's happened this weekend, and it's just an ongoing saga. Because it's when it's this late and you haven't eaten anything, you need to go for a nutritional punch. Got you guys in my new phone case that stands up while I can vlog. But only problem is if it's on the counter, all you see is my belly. Yes. So it's interesting how little Fitz is adjusting to his buddy not being there, because Fitz is, without Percy, he yelps and cries, and he's just going to require a lot more attention and noticing the things that make him feel good, you know, that kind of stuff. And The problem is going to be when we leave to go somewhere. That's going to be where the issue is. So we've got to figure all that out, and yeah. But it's a very sad, sad thing, you know? Janet was here. I said, do you want to go out for lunch? She's like, no, I want you to go upstairs and go and lie down because your lupus is out of going up. Can you guys see it here? See all that red? And over here, see the lupus? Under my necklace there. It's all like that behind my neck, all over my hands, my arms. It's just everywhere. Yeah, so I need to rest and I need to get de-stress because it's just going to get worse. I can even feel some on my face coming. I just need to rest. So she says, I'd love to go for lunch, but I'd love it more if you went upstairs and took a nap. So I'm going to do that. Richard's on his way and he's same thing. Monica, when I come home, I hope you're resting. But I hate wasting a beautiful day like this. Holy, so pretty. But what I will do is open up the balcony in my room where I can see where it's like I'm outside. The other night, sometimes there's cons to having all these windows open. We have this front porch here where there's a patio door, and if it's really hot, that door right there, wait, right there. If it's really hot, we leave the screen open on it, although the door's locked. And then we have the ginormous patio doors where you're practically outside. So we had all these windows and doors open. And this cat came to the door here, and it was a cat that was mating. And you know that noise they make when they're looking for a woman? Holy moly, you could hear it all through the house. And we're like, what's that noise? Like, what? It was a cat. And so then he proceeded to go in the backyard, I guess, and on the fence, and he scared this squirrel in the back, and then the squirrel was like for about an hour, and I was like, for the love of God, I am not Snow White. I do not want all these animals around my house. It was quite hilarious. But anyway, so I'm gonna go take my snacky poo and heed the advice of everybody and go have a little nap. Yard, because we're gonna have a little goodbye to Percy today with the kids, just so that they can say, you know, kids need to say goodbye. So I think Richard said it. We'll make a little Percy garden, and we're gonna put it, I believe he said right here, right in here somewhere. So I'm gonna put some dirt in here and, you know, make it look pretty. And it's just simply a way for the children to say goodbye. So the yard's starting to look pretty good. Holy, our rhubarb is flowering. This is not good. Take that off. I want it to go more into the stalks than into the flowers. I started a lavender garden here, so hopefully that takes on. Oh, that sounds pretty. Yeah, can you hear that? That's nice. So now I'm going to get the cushions and put them on the bench and sweep that bench off. So I found the outdoor sink. Look at this, guys. We have a sink right here. And all you have to do is hook the garden hose up, and then we can come clean off our paintbrushes and have a sprayer, a handle, see? And a little nozzle. Wash off any vegetables. Anything is not the coolest. I love it. So yeah, we'll have to make a little path to this so that we can come and find it easily. I love it. And even there's a little stool here that was a tree stump that the kids could stand on. This is very nifty. I couldn't find it. I was like, where the heck is it? Richard said he put a outdoor sink here. So now I have to get my cushions. I just got back from the dollar store and I got a bunch of really sweet things for the kids, like, I found this angel holding a dog. Are you kidding me? For the garden. How perfect. So I got that, and then we had some slate pieces, so we're gonna let the boys paint whatever they want on them, whatever, you know? And so they're gonna be kind of like, sort of like a stepping stones around their little garden. We're gonna plant some petunias, and I found this really cool butterfly that flutters all around, and a wind chime that's gonna hang on the tree there. And yeah, it should be really nice. So, yeah. And then we'll just go on with our lives. But it's really important in my mind for children to go through ritual of saying goodbye. It's just so important. I really think so. You can't just have a being that you loved, whether it's a human or a pet or whatever. One day they're there, next day they're not, and you never see them again, and there's no, you know what I mean? You have to go through the ritual. And there's no ashes or body or anything. Just gonna let them talk about Percy however they want, tell them how I feel, how sad Nana is, but it's gonna be okay because I know how much they loved him too. And yeah, and just what's your favorite memory of Percy? And we'll just go from there. I'm just in the car with my mother, and she spent the night over at my house again. You. Did you sleep at my house today? In your room? Look in there. Look in the phone. Look. Come over here so you can see. Say hello.
Hello.
There she is. So I'm just taking her back to her place now, right? Are we going back? You look beautiful. You have to just smile if you don't want to look mad. Turn that frown upside down. Right? So that's where we're going. So I'm just leaving my grandson's track and field day at school. It's so funny. They are so cute. Those kids are just adorable, you know?
Don't look behind you! Keep going! Don't look behind you! Just run! Run! Run!
It's so hard and sweating so hard, and they can go and run the 100 meters 20 times, you know, because it's from the first grade to the third grade, so it's considered non-competitive. So it's pretty darn cute. But anyway, I did get some good news about my mom. My sister and I have both been on the phone with home care, I don't know how many times, as you guys all know. So finally, they have decided to give my mom 24-hour supervision until there is a placement that comes available for her for a suitable placement where she's in a lockdown facility. So that in itself is such a huge relief, because oh my God, to know that we can go to bed at night and not worry that she took off somewhere. So yeah, I'm very happy about that. I just feel like a load has been lifted. But I'm telling you, what I had to go through to get that to happen, the system is something else. It is just something else. You just gotta, I don't know. It's like, I've had experience with negotiation for unions. Like, I've been a union president, so I know how to negotiate, which basically means get what you want said without being insulting or rude or yelling or screaming or anything like that. But be sure to get your feelings expressed and be true and honest. Like I told them, I felt like they were, it was shameful how they're treating senior citizens. They shouldn't have to be on this waiting list. They shouldn't have to go through all this red tape to be placed in a secure, safe environment. Like, and they shouldn't. And it's appalling. And how there's police involvement, worried about my mom, and the police got calls from the residents saying they didn't feel my mom was being in the best care. So as soon, I don't know what I said, but within the next hour, all of a sudden she's got 24-hour supervision. So thank the good Lord. It's just such a relief. I just feel so relieved, So I really enjoyed watching the track meet, and now I'm super thirsty. So I'm going to go to Tim Hortons, if I can remember where the heck I am on the road, and get a, what are they called? Those frosty drinks. I can't remember what they're called. But anyway, I hope I remember when I come up to the speaker, and I don't go, I want one of those, those frosty type drinks. That's what I want, because they'll think I'm crazy. But anyway, that's where I'm heading right now. Whoops. So it's called an iced cappuccino, but I got a chocolate chip one. And man, is it good. Hits the spot. Don't care how many calories. I don't care. Today, I don't care. Just leaving my lupus doctor. You can probably see how bad it's getting. Hope nobody gets on here. No, they're not. Yeah, so I'm just leaving Lupus dock, and he's put me back on another Lupus drug. So anyway, yeah, I'm back on the Plaquenil that they had taken me off before, so they're going to put me back on that along with the shot and see what happens in a month. And I'm starting to get these really bad stomach aches, which feel the same as this, but on the inside. And he's like, yeah, that's lupus. So at this point, the prescription, other than Plaquenil, was you need to rest. And he understood that I've been under a lot of stress just lately, but kind of laughing because I'm trying to finish this sentence. Anyway, he said the best prescription is rest, which I'm sure will happen because everybody but me is moving my mom tomorrow into her new place, and I am going to be watching my mom because she can't be in the move. She just gets too confused, and why are you touching my stuff, and blah, 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 blah. So she's going to be over here. My job is to watch her until they're all done, and then Richard and I will bring her over to her new place tomorrow. So how am I resting, do you ask? This is relaxing for me. I have to make those cards for Rachel for her, the natural products that I use. So I just started these ones. Look at the backs. Isn't that pretty? Anyway, I was interrupted in the car because my sister phoned. She had just left my mom's new digs, and she says it's really, really neat and adequate for her, and built for people with dementia. And she said there was all different levels of people with dementia. There were some that were quite severe and some that were just like my mom. And she said it was kind of funny because she had taken my mom with her, and my mom's looking at these people like, what's wrong with those people? What is wrong with those people? Because her filter is long gone. But she said the building is built in a circle, and they said people with dementia tend to like to walk in a circle. So there's a garden that's a circular garden, and they can have access to the garden without permission. They can walk up their door, go in the garden, but it's locked in, and they can go to their dining room on their own and all these different things, but the rooms are all in a big circle. Like each individual room is in a circle. I thought that was kind of interesting. You learn so many things, about this crazy illness. And with our population getting bigger and living longer, I hate to say it, but there's going to be a whole bunch of us with dementia. Whole bunch of people, which is kind of sad. It's been a really crazy, up and down, very, very sad weekend with the loss of our sweet doggie. And then all that's going on with my mom, and my lupus going off the charts. But that's not surprising. I mean, you've had lots of shock. Like last weekend, Percy was fine. And now here it is, he's gone. That's just, every time I say it, my eyes fill up a little bit with water. It's just so, ugh. But, so it's not surprising. So I'm just anticipating that next week everything will have settled down. Everything. So I'm so glad that we got the kids all over here that one day to do the little memory garden. I'm glad I didn't put that off, because I probably needed that more than they did. And it was good. It was really, really, really good. In the vlog here. And say goodbye. Bye. Excuse the mess in my room. Thank you so much, all of you, for all your concern for my mom and just for being good buddies. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I'm looking down to you, but my phone is down there. And let's just pray for a nice, calm week next week. Knock on wood. Yes. And I'm wishing you all a wonderful, peaceful week too. And we'll see you next weekend. Goodbye.